Okay, so there's approximately 12 days, well, not approximately, exactly 12 days left until my first AS exam, Physics Paper 1. And I didn't do very well in the previous exam that I had, the linear exam. I got around about 60-70%. I want to try and make sure I don't get that. The exam grade for an A in the physics AS is going to be roughly around about 50-60%, but I want to try and aim for 80-90%. So this is how I'm going to do it. Right now, I've printed out a lot of sheets, as you can see over here. These are all the past papers for physics in the recent years. These are all the topic questions for particles, radiation, electromagnetic radiation, quantum phenomena. And over here, I made a spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet containing all the topics and also the physics practicals. The main thing that you want to do is just as many practice questions as you can. Don't even worry about learning the content. You can learn the content whilst you're doing the practice questions. You don't have to learn the content first and then do the practice questions. Do the practice questions while you're learning the content. So the content is still fresh in your mind and you're able to secure that content within your head. So that's what I'm going to do. Over here, I have the CGP A-Level Physics notebook, and I also have the AQA A-Level Physics notebook. So I have all the information that I need if I need help to answer the questions, and I can also check the mark scheme if I wish to do so. But what I'm going to do here is by looking at the information from the textbook and using that to answer the questions, I will be able to create a framework, a mindset to be able to understand and help me think about how I'm going to approach this topic when I see it in the exam and help me categorize this topic inside my head. So that's how I'm going to be able to use these past papers and these PMT topic questions to help me ace the exam. So yeah, that's a general plan. I think there's nothing else to it. Of course, it's going to be specific things that I might mention here and there, but that's the general plan. I think one key thing to note is it's just the same process again and again and again. Do as many past paper questions as you can, learn the content. Do as many past paper questions as you can, learn the content. It's just the same cycle again, active recall, spaced repetition, Anki flashcards. There's not that much to it. It's super simple. People want to know, oh, how do I learn physics? How do I learn maths? How do I learn computer science? But it's all the same thing. It's just about being dedicated, disciplined, and having enough time and willpower and energy to plow through the uncomfortableness and be able to finish everything they decide to finish in order to get ready for the exam. So you're confident you're going to be able to get the grade that you want for the exam. That's what it's all about. Putting your head down, focus, and being able to do all the mundane, boring, dull tasks again and 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 again. That's literally all there is to it. It's not that hard. Just put your head down, focus for a little while, for 2 months, 3 months, and then you're over. You can play as much games as you want. You can do whatever you want afterwards. But for now, focus. It's literally not that hard. So many people are like, oh, how do I do this? I see my friend get 40-50%. I'm like, mate, just focus. It's not that hard. Oh my god. It's so annoying. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna show you most of the behind the scenes of how it's done. I'm gonna say I say behind the scenes, but there's nothing to show. It's literally just me doing past paper questions again and again and again in PMT, and I'm gonna show you how this will help me get 80-90% in the exam. And I'm gonna open that slip on exam results today. I'm gonna show you get 80-90%. Watch. But anyway, that rant is over. The grind starts now. Let's go. Okay, so this is important, I think. So I use a black pen for any notes I want to make at the side, and then I do the crossing out and stuff like that. Writing the answer, I use a black pen for. I mark along while I'm doing the questions using the green pen, because I just find that's easier than doing the whole entire thing, then going back and marking it again, because you're not in the state of mind of, oh, here's what the question is, here's what I did to answer it, and let's see if it's correct. I might as well, because I already know what I wrote down and what it means, I might as well just mark it while I'm along. And the way that I write, I know 100% that the examiner will understand what I'm writing about in the actual exam. So there's no need to worry about, oh, what if I'm writing something which may not be entirely clear to the examiner. It's just the way that I write. And then what I do with the red pen, there's a piece of information that I might not know, which I might think, okay, this is useful for me to know. So for example, if I pull up the PMT model answers, we can see that for question 4 it says, what is the role of the mercury vapor in a fluorescent tube? I put down the answer as A. It absorbs photons of UV light and emits visible light. whereas the actual answer is D. It emits photons of UV light following ionization or excitation. That means there's a gap in my knowledge that I need to fill, which is mainly to do with the fluorescent tube. So now what I can do is I can go to Anki, go to my Deccan Quantum Phenomena and search about the fluorescent tube or fluorescence, and I can input whatever I did not know, the gaps in my knowledge that I didn't know, put it into Anki, so next time I won't get this information wrong, and also I can search more about the fluorescent tube to make sure there's other gaps in my head that I'm filling. If this question were to come up, or if this topic were to come up, fluorescent tubes or fluorescence in general, I'll be able to get these type of questions correct in the actual exam. So that's what I do when I'm going through these PMT topic question papers. This is literally all I do. Use a black pen, do the questions. Use a green pen, mark the questions. Anything important, use a red pen and put it into Anki. Try to figure out what you don't know. Many a time, it's not that we don't know it, it's that we don't know what we don't know. So this is why doing these question papers will help. It'll help us find the gaps in our knowledge. And just like that, I've completed 2 booklets. The reason why I crossed that over here is because I've already done all of these questions, because the questions come up again and again and again, which is good.